Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. I'm Nick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. So when James Gunn first took over DC and DC Studios was formed, he made an interesting statement, but a statement I didn't like. He spoke about DC live action TV and films in the past not being connected. He said it like it was a bad thing, and he spoke about how he wants to connect everything: movies, streaming, television, and gaming. Of course, this is what David Zaslav wants, the CEO of the studio, because he feels this is where the money is. But think about that. James Gunn doesn't like the idea of the different kind of gambles DC took in movies and in television. So if it was up to James Gunn, there would have been no Christopher Reeve's Superman, there would have been no Superboy TV series, there would have been no Batman 89 and its sequels. There wouldn't have been any Dark Knight trilogy, no Smallville, no Arrowverse, no Doom Patrol, no Superman and Lois, no Krypton. There would be no Joker, there would be no Matt Reeves the Batman. If it was up to James Gunn, I have a big issue with connected universes, but I think the time to do connected universes has gone. And if you look at movie history and you look at kind of long-running franchises, whether you're looking at James Bond, so there's been very few successful ones. James Bond wasn't really connected, but it was about one character, but they didn't really care about, spin-offs and shit like that, right? So that was successful. The Marvel Cinematic Universe was successful, and when you look at the Carry On films back in the day, it was a long-running film series, wasn't it? It was successful, but there's not a lot of series, of franchises that are successful, let alone one that you want to connect. My problem is I don't like the idea of one voice connecting everything. Now, James Gunn has claimed that his movies, his TV shows, will all be individually different with each movie, with each streaming show, but it's still all coming from one mind. That means there's no room for any outside voices. Aren't we really going to the Kevin Feige kind of mastery of villainy, where basically Gunn will be directing the directors and they won't have any freedom? So even though it won't be some bureaucrat in a studio, interfering, it'll be Gunn watching over the directors. Is that a good thing? This is not really what art's all about. So then we go back to the Snyderverse, where there was an auteur kind of making DC movies, but Man of Steel was visually his movie, but narratively, in the scripts and the story, it was David Goyer's and Christopher Nolan's story. But it was different because Snyder did have a freedom to do his thing. And that's what I like about DC. There's even some people out there, some people may call them crazy, that love the Green Lantern movie. Now, I kind of have a soft spot for the Green Lantern movie. Obviously, the costumes aren't great, but I mean, the opening sequence on the OR stuff is stunning and brilliant and pretty awesome and epic. And Sinestro, they really got Sinestro right. So, if it's up to James Gunn, all those individual efforts, those individual movies, imagine no Smallville, imagine no Doom Patrol, imagine no Arrowverse, Black Lightning, Superman and Lois. That's what he's saying, that one voice is running everything. Forget about DC Elseworlds. It's just a dumping ground for Joker 2 and the Batman 2 and Penguin right now. And you won't see those universes lasting very long beyond what they're doing right now. So all you're going to have is one connected, bottled, plastic universe. And I simply don't like it. The fault of thinking that I would never have seen Henry Cavill as Superman or Christopher Reeve as Superman or, the Constantine TV show. I mean, the guy who plays Constantine is perfect. He's the comic book Constantine. But we wouldn't have had the Constantine movie. None of this stuff would have happened. The history of DC and WB, the marriage of that, was about taking gambles with adaptations of these brilliant, wonderful DC characters. And now we are going to lose it and I'm very uncomfortable about that. It didn't switch off.